Hey my loves, welcome back to my channel and welcome if you're new. So in today's video, I'm going to be showing you guys how to make this amazing hair butter that will help you to grow and retain your length. Now, I'll be going through the ingredients of this hair butter, why I chose these ingredients, and I'll also be talking about my hair growth journey over the years. So if you're interested to know what this hair butter is or what it contains, then stick around for the rest of the video. Now, with that being said, let us head right into today's video. So over the years, I have managed to grow and retain a lot of hair length. I'm going to show you guys a few of my befores and some of my afters so you can see the results for yourself. And these results, I can contribute a lot of the results to the products that I go towards, and more specifically the types of ingredients that these products have. So I'm going to be showing you guys the ingredients that you'll be needing for the hair butter today, and further along the video I'll be explaining the benefits of each ingredient and also talk a little bit more about my hair growth journey over the years. For today's video, you're going to be needing a few items, and I'm just going to be showing you guys them real quick. So the first one is, of course, my favorite, Jamaican black castor oil. And as I said, further into the video, I'm going to be explaining the benefits of all these ingredients that I've chosen. But this is my favorite ingredient, Jamaican black castor oil. The other ingredient that you'll be needing for today is dried rosemary and meringue leaf. Now I've been drying these for like 2 days, then I used my fingers to crush them simply because I did not want it to be in a powder format, but I wanted to be crushed so I would be able to still see the leaf particles. And it is such a beautiful green color and I really like this. The smell is not the best, but it's okay. The other ingredient that we'll be using today is homemade coconut oil. Now, I don't know about anyone else, but for me personally, I love the scent of coconut oil. It has a wonderful fragrance and I really love it. And also, coconut oil has many benefits for your hair. The other ingredient, or should I say the final ingredient, is Ashanti Naturals 100% shea butter. This is such a beautiful color, and this is the creamy butter. Normally I would go towards the harder shea butter, but this is the creamy one that I got, so that is the one I'll be working with for today. Initially I wanted this butter to have 1 butter, 3 oils and 2 herbs, but currently I do not have any grapeseed oil, so I'll simply be working with 1 butter, 2 oils and the 2 herbs. Now, with that being said, let us head into the tutorial. Now, before we get into the tutorial, however, you're going to need a container to mix your oil or your butters in, and you're going to need a spoon, and finally you're going to need a container to store it. Now look at this beautiful container. I'm not going to say where I got it from or what came in it originally, but this is so beautiful, and this is what I'll be storing the butter in. So now that we've established all the ingredients and all the things that we'll be using for today's video, let us head right into the tutorial. Now, I do apologize for the poor lighting in today's video, but let's move on. So the first thing you're going to need again is a plastic container. You're free to use a glass container as well, and you're going to want to ensure that you have a plastic spoon to do the mixture. Now you're going to also need a dish with some warm water, and here I am simply pouring out the castor oil into the plastic container, after which I'll be adding a small amount of the meringue and rosemary leaves to the castor oil. The reason why I'm using a small amount is because I do not want the hair butter to be too concentrated, and the dried leaves that you see in the container is actually a lot of leaves, but because it is dry, it has been reduced significantly, so it looks like a small amount, but it's actually a lot of leaves. So I'm using a small amount in it, and once I have chosen the right amount that I feel comfortable with, I'm simply going to add it to the castor oil and then place the dish into the warm water so the herbs can be infused into the castor oil. And once I've allowed the castor oil and herb mixture to sit in the warm water for a bit, I'm going to go ahead and add the coconut oil to it as well, so everything can be in a liquid state, which would make it easier to handle. I'm also going to be adding the Ashanti shea butter to the mixture as well, so it would be easier to work with everything in the liquid state. And I'm going to leave it to sit in the warm water mixture for a bit, so all the nutrients from the herbs can be infused into the oils. And once that is being set, I'm just going to quickly go through some of the benefits of using the oils and the butter that I chose and the leaves for this butter. Again, these are not all the benefits, but you can go ahead and do your research and see what you come up with. So the first one is castor oil. Now, castor oil contains vitamin E and fatty acids, and we know that fatty acids are essential for healthy hair growth, and these both help to stimulate hair growth. And it can also increase blood flow to the scalp, which, as we know, would boost healthier hair growth. Now, castor oil moisturizes dry and irritated scalp. For me personally, when I started to use castor oil, and even now, I noticed that my hair feels a lot lighter and softer when I use it, so it can be used to moisturize dry hair. Castor oil also contains antibacterial and antifungal properties, which can be helped to reduce dandruff. I personally think I've only had dandruff once in my life, and it was when I was sharing a comb with someone who had dandruff. But besides that, I've never had dandruff in my life, and I've been using castor oil for most of my life. So I would say that because of the antibacterial and antifungal properties found in castor oil, I did not experience dandruff in my lifetime. Now, the next one is rosemary. Now, rosemary, as we know, helps to stimulate blood circulation to the scalp, which we know is very important, because if your scalp is not getting the proper blood circulation, then you will not be getting any healthy growth. So it is important to stimulate the scalp, and rosemary does just that. So rosemary also has anti-inflammatory properties that can help to nourish hair follicles. So all in all, rosemary is essential when it comes on to hair growth, and we can see that the hair care industry has been incorporating rosemary leaves in a lot of their products. So we know that rosemary is indeed good for hair growth, and I can personally attest to it because I have been using rosemary in all my products. I've been using rosemary water, and I've gotten growth by using these. Now, the next one on the list is moringa. So moringa is rich in vitamin A, B, C, E, iron, and zinc. This is very nutrients dense, and it is great for making teas to drink as well. So all these nutrients work together to nourish hair follicles, strengthen hair strands, which would overall improve the hair growth. So as I've said earlier, moringa is nutrients dense, and it is amazing for hair growth. So you can try to use moringa oils and leaves in your hair products. And I've seen recently where a lot of companies are starting to use moringa leaves in their products. Now we're at the final ingredient, which is coconut oil. Now, coconut oil can restore dry hair by softening, hydrating, and strengthening the dry hair strand. And personally, for me, I love coconut oil. It makes my hair feel so soft and makes my hair look so shiny when I use it. So personally, I love it. So all these ingredients are great for hair care. It is not just something that you're going to do 1 or 2 times. It is something that you need to be consistent with in order to see the benefit. So I am back. I placed the hair butter in the refrigerator for about 25 minutes for it to harden. And as you can see, it is looking very beautiful. You can see the rosemary and moringa leaf particles in the butter, which is the way I wanted it. And you can also place this in your cooler of your refrigerator for about 6 to 8 hours for it to set, or you could leave it outside not outside your house, but do not place it in the refrigerator for 24 hours and it would set overnight. Now the butter, as I've said, I really like this and I'm happy with the way it turned out. I wanted it to have the leaf particles in it, but if you don't want it, then you could just simply allow the meringue and rosemary leaf to be placed in some castor oil or your favorite oil. Now you'd need to warm the oil and place the leaves inside so the nutrients would be absorbed into the oil. Then you would strain it and follow with the rest of the procedure if you do not want the leaves in the butter. But this is pretty much what I'll be using for my 10-month challenge, and I'll be using my castor oil alongside this. So I am really happy with this butter. It smells so good and I am really excited for it. So again, you can also make the oil version of this. So instead of doing a butter for your hair, you can go ahead and make an oil version. So instead of using the homemade coconut oil, you can go ahead and buy coconut oil that is in the liquid form, because you know when you make coconut oil at home it tends to coagulate and get hardened. So you can buy the liquid coconut oil, you can use castor oil and whatever your favorite oils are, and you can heat them up on the stove on low heat with your herbs inside of it for a few minutes, allow it to sit and cool, then strain it, and then you could store it in your applicator or oil bottle, and that is how you would go about doing a liquid version of this butter. Now that's pretty much the end of the video. I showed you guys the butter that I wanted to create and I am very excited with the results, with the scent, and I am so eager to use this for my 10-month hair growth challenge. So that's pretty much the end of the video, guys. If you enjoyed this video, if you like this video, if you have any comments, leave it in the comment section. I'm always happy to hear what you guys think. But that's pretty much the end of the video. So until next time, bye my loves.